What's up everybody, Prepared Guy here once again, and today we're taking a look at the T18 Artemis from Brinyte. Out of the box, the T18 comes with instructions, a remote switch, a 5000 mAh 21700 C-type rechargeable battery, of course the T18 itself, a micro USB charging cable for the remote switch, a C-type charging cable for the flashlight battery, and several colored LED modules. The T18 also comes with a 5-year warranty. The modules for the standard T18 package are red, green, and white. However, you can purchase the upgraded module package that includes several other module configurations such as infrared in the 850 nanometer spectrum, UV, and blue. The largest LED module package cost about $165 US, and it's the package being shown in this video. Also, for a limited time, you can save 15% if you purchase one of these packages before August 15th. The T18 was specifically designed for hunting and can be mounted to your rifle using the mounting kit sold separately on the Brinyte website. During my runtime test, the T18 ran on the white LED module for a total of 6 hours and 40 minutes, but gave off about 2 hours of usable light for hunting, leaving you with about 4 hours and 40 minutes of usable light for non-hunting applications. The maximum heat output during the test was 108 degrees Fahrenheit after about 55 minutes of use, which means the T18 gets an A+ for heat dissipation. I also tested the runtime on the infrared LED module, which lasted for a total runtime of nearly 8 hours, but only produced about 5.5 hours worth of usable infrared light during that time, which is actually quite impressive. The maximum heat output in the infrared spectrum was 90 degrees Fahrenheit after about 2 hours of use, which was also impressive. The total recharge time for the C-type battery was 4 hours and 25 minutes. The T18 is IP66 rated, which means it can take on a heavy amount of rain with ease. The T18 has an impact rating of 1 meter or just over 3 feet, and it weighs about 9.5 ounces with the 21700 battery on board. The fully zoomed in beam and spotlight configuration is square, however the beam is smooth and round in flood configuration. You can change configurations by turning the lens bezel. Now for the beam shots. During my beam shot test, I tested the white LED module first, which has a maximum output of 650 lumens in spotlight configuration, and 380 lumens in flood configuration. The red LED module has a maximum output of 150 lumens in spotlight configuration and 75 lumens in flood configuration. The green LED module has a maximum output of 130 lumens in spotlight configuration and 80 lumens in flood configuration. The UV LED module is excellent for tracking blood or hunting for scorpions in the desert at night, but I couldn't find any technical information on the UV module on the Brinyte website. The same thing goes for the blue LED module. Both modules were pretty cool though. And of course I tested the infrared LED module last, which was amazingly bright and it functions at the 850 nanometer light spectrum, so if you're using night vision cameras or goggles, make sure that your device is compatible with the 850 nanometer light spectrum first. Also, this doesn't mean it won't still work, it just means that it won't be as efficient during use and you could experience diminished visibility when using an incompatible IR spectrum with said devices. And moving along, the wireless remote switch is a great option for hunters that want to reduce the amount of clutter on their rifle associated with wired switches. The remote switch allows you to turn the light on and off and control the dimmer settings. This was a very innovative move on Brinyte's part, so kudos to them for seeing an issue and creating a solution. The remote works best in close proximity to the T18, and its functionality varies depending on the circumstances of the environment as it uses radio frequency to relay the signal. Now, you can use this switch as a remote control for your light, but keep in mind that the remote switch is meant to be mounted on your rifle and used as a wireless on-off switch and not as a long distance remote control. With that said, in order to use the remote switch, you'll need to turn on the T18 using the tail switch first. Once the light is on, you can use the remote to turn the light on and off and dim it as well. Note that the T18 remote will remain in standby mode for up to 5 hours from the last time it was pressed. After that time, the remote will turn off and lock you out. Just click the tail switch on and off again to reset the remote's connection to the T18 for an additional 5 hours of standby time. Let's move along to the pros and cons of the T18. First, let's do the cons. As you guys know from my channel, I've never been a fan of having to remove a battery to charge it, so that is my first con on the list. The second con is that I'm not a fan of the square LED beams. I just don't like them. My third con is I am not a fan of having to swap out LED modules to change the color of the light itself. However, that is because I'm lazy, and if you're going to set this up, you're going to set it up for hunting, and you're going to be fine if you swap it out before you get out there or while you're out there. But it's kind of a hassle. It's not a big deal though. Brinyte did come out with a solution for that though, with their T18 model, which I will be reviewing in my next video, so stay tuned for that. Now for my pros on the T18. I love the long run times, the cool body temperature after extended use, the LED module selection, and the remote switch. All those things together just make this flashlight a really great manual adjustment opportunity in the field. So basically, that whole being able to adjust the bezel and being able to aim down range and being able to get that flood or spot, and you can find that sweet spot, so wherever you're aiming you can just get that perfect amount of light to where it needs to be. And that's one of the things I like about this light. I like the fact that it does have a lower lumen output, and which means you can get better runtime of the battery, and you'll be able to keep that body temperature nice and cool as well. So if you're using it manually in your hand, you won't have to worry about burning your hands as well. So all of these details that Brinyte took into consideration when creating this hunting flashlight are excellent, and I think that if you are thinking of pulling the trigger on a new hunting flashlight, then the Brinyte T18 Artemis is an excellent choice. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I hope this video has been helpful. I'll leave a link down in the description so that you guys can check out the T18 and many other great flashlights created by Brinyte. So thank you guys again for watching, and until next time guys, stay prepared. Thank you.